You're excited for tonight?
I am, yeah. We've done a lot of promo stuff back in the States, but it's always been like 1-2 songs and we're done.
The first promo in Asia?
For this record, yeah. We did, we played Manila on the last record. We did a show at the Mall of Asia.
Oh.
Is it Mall of Asia Open Fairgrounds? Is that what it's called? I don't remember that. I don't remember, I can barely remember anything. I'm really shocked that I remember.
Are we ready?
Yeah, but it's been 2 years since we've done this one.
Okay, I think we're ready. Tasya sudah berada di satu ruangan dengan teman saya, teman, David Ko, pemenang American Idol 7th season. Wow, hello David.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good.
I'm great, especially seeing you.
Oh.
So, tell us about your visit here in Vietnam, please.
Yeah, we're here in Hanoi performing with for H Artistry. I'm excited, to be able to come to this beautiful country and play music, which is always good.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your second album,
Thanks.
This Love Morning, which will be released on June 28th, 2011. So make sure you get it, guys. And can you tell us about the album and the story behind of it?
Yeah, this record was a challenge. I think, coming off the road from the first record, I immediately kind of immersed myself in this album and really used this record as a therapeutic outlet. I think, being on the road with the last record, we had all these crazy, amazing things happen. And I think amazing both, the highs of traveling around the world playing music, and then also the down things. Things like losing my brother while we're on the road. Thank you. But I really shelved those things, and they didn't come back up until we started working on this record. And so, rather than shy away from those things, I really tried to be open and honest and write about them. And I think the end result is a record that musically is a progression from the last record, and I think lyrically and emotionally is probably one of my most honest records to date.
Yeah, it's amazing that you can share that with your fans.
Yeah, absolutely. I have amazing fans who really they push me. I think to put out quality music, and I really feel like we did that with this record, and I look forward to having everybody hear it.
Yeah, we know that there is one song called Declaration from your previous album that was written for the fans. Is there any songs in this album which was inspired by the fans?
Not as blatantly, I think, as Declaration. The interesting thing about this record is every song kind of has multiple influences. I don't think any song talks about any one particular thing, but I think those themes, my brother and my fans, and that experience of being out on the road, and the experience of my life just completely changing. All those things are kind of permeated throughout every song on this record, and so there are a lot of underlying themes to this album that I think I'm excited for the listener to kind of decipher their own vibe on this record. I think we left it open to where people can find what they want out of it.
Okay, so you worked with amazing people in this album. Can you name some of them?
Yeah, our first single, The Last Goodbye, I wrote with Ryan Tedder from One Republic. There's a song on the record called Right Here With You that I wrote with Johnny Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls and Ryan Starr. What else did I write with on this record? This list is long. Kevin Griffin from Better Than Ezra, I wrote a song called Fade Into Me with him and Jamie Houston. Wrote with my bandmates, Neil and Andy, on a couple of songs. David Hodges, who was in Evanescence, I wrote with him on quite a few songs on this record. I think 4 songs on this record made the cut with him. So I got to write with amazing people, and definitely helped make this record what it is.
Yeah, I heard that you wrote 80 songs for this album.
Yes.
It's amazing. How did you do that?
Over the course of a year and a half, and really just having a lot to write about. I think by taking my time with this record, I was able to, in concert with writing these records, or with writing these songs, I was able to kind of go out and experience life a little bit. And so I kind of had continuous inspiration through the writing process.
And how did you pick the songs to be put in the album?
With a lot of help. In writing these songs, each one of these songs became children for me. I put myself in these songs, and so to have to sit through it and pick out my favorites was hard for me because it was hard for me to be objective. So I leaned on my label a little bit, which they were great and really helped me shape a record that I don't think there's any filler on this record. I don't think there's any songs that are just there to be there. I think every song on this record is there to help support the story.
What is the most difficult or powerful song in this album?
I think for me the opening track was the biggest challenge, a song called Circadian. And what made that song such a challenge is that it just called for so much intricacy musically. And so we chased that song for a while. I think we spent 4 months figuring that song out. And but the end result is a song that is powerful and really sets the tone for the rest of the album.
So do you listen to your own record during flights or anything else?
As with most singers, I think, I don't really enjoy the sound of my own voice. I don't listen to myself quite a bit. I actually listen to bands like Silverchair and May and Our Lady Peace and Big Wreck and the Foo Fighters.
So that's kind of your influence.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Long flights are, actually, if I'm not listening to music on a plane, I'm usually sleeping. I'm pretty good at sleeping on an airplane. I've got pretty good at that.
Okay, so tell us about your latest single, The Last Goodbye. What is it about?
The Last Goodbye lyrically is about saying goodbye to a lingering relationship. And I've been in a few of those in my lifetime, but I think it's something that everybody can kind of relate to. And what I love most about that song is that, lyrically it's talking about a sad moment, but musically it's pretty up-tempo and upbeat, and I love the way that those two kind of play off each other. And I think the end result is the vibe of that song is it talks about the end of a relationship, but it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's not sad.
Yeah, it's kind of emotional, so it's based on personal
experience,
right?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so you have this amazing rocking voice.
Thank you.
What's your secret behind that?
Oh God, dumb luck. I grew up singing and was in my first band at 15. We played in a lot of smoky bars, and so I kind of developed that rasp by secondhand smoke, which is not the way to go. I don't recommend it. But it's funny. My little brother, who originally had planned on auditioning for Idol, and I kind of stole his thunder. He actually has a better, pure voice than I do. But I think the rasp gives my voice a little bit of character. So I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'll take it.
Okay. So you performed The Last Goodbye on the Idol stage,
yes.
right? And how did it feel being on that stage again? Not as a new artist, but as a well-established artist.
The Idol stage is still pretty nerve-wracking. Every time I go on stage on Idol, I still get the butterflies that I got top 24 week of my season. But it is a lot of fun, and I do have amazing relationships with people behind the scenes on the show. It was fun this time around, especially because I got to meet the new judges and the new contestants, and I thought this year was a great year for the show. I thought the judges were a good shot in the arm, but I think probably more important than that, the contestants this year were just incredible, and I think really set the tone for the show moving forward.
Okay, so your fans in Asia, especially in Indonesia, are very excited to hear your new album. So are you having a plan to go to Jakarta, make a concert there?
There are no official plans, but I can say this. I consistently get the most amazing responses from this area of the world when it comes to our music and our shows, and so I have no qualms about coming back and playing as many shows as possible. In fact, if the offer came across the desk, I'd be a fool to say no. I love it out here, and I welcome the opportunity to play as many shows here as possible.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, me too.
Okay, so would you like to say anything, or would you like to sing anything to your fans, especially the ones in Indonesia?
I will refrain on the singing until I can come out and do it properly, but I will say I'm immensely grateful for all the love and support, and I look look forward to over, hopefully not just this record, but many records to come, coming out here and doing my best to say thank you adequately on stage and in person.
Okay, that's it, everyone. David Cook, thank you so much for your time and good luck for your performance tonight.
Thank you.
On your album and everything.
Wow.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
So, itu tadi David Cook, seru banget ngobrol-ngobrol sama dia. Jadi tungguin aja CD-nya akan dirilis sebentar lagi, jangan lupa beli ya.